Girl power is something we all have when we're young, but then we start to become teenagers and things change in our brains and bodies. It can get tough to hang on to that confidence when our friendships become more complicated. By understanding the hows and whys of girl relationships, it's easier to hold on to that confidence and girl power as you grow into adulthood. One way to understand it is through the story of the marigold and walnut tree. The walnut tree is a mighty tree, strong and beautiful, plus it produces some really good walnuts. However, it becomes this strong, beautiful thing by getting rid of all the other plants and flowers around it. The walnut tree secretes a toxic substance into the ground that kills many plants that try to grow near its roots. This makes space for only the walnut tree to grow and thrive at the expense of the other flowers, plants, and trees around it. A few plants and flowers are able to survive next to this glorious tree. One of them is the marigold flower. It's immune to the poison of the walnut tree and not only lives around the tree, but helps the other plants and flowers around it grow too. It's a tough flower that can withstand many different types of climates and grows in spite of the negative things that nature throws at it. We all have a garden of people in our lives. Think about the people around you, in your friendship circles. Usually you have more than one circle of friends. Are there people in those circles that act like the walnut tree and grow at the expense of others? Are there people that act like a marigold and support others but still manage to grow and maintain themselves and own their own unique self? Which one are you? Marigolds do not die nourishing other plants. They do not compete with the other plants to be the most beautiful or the strongest or the tallest. They are companion plants that support other plants in the garden to protect them and support them in their own growth. In each circle of girls, there are a mix of personalities, and the Greek alphabet has letters that are often used to describe them, specifically alpha, beta, and gamma. The walnut tree can be thought of as the alpha girl. Alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet, and this first position describes the alpha girl perfectly. She tends to be the leader of the group and can use intimidation or humiliation to make sure she stays at the top of the social ladder. She's usually what people would call the popular girl. Beta is the second letter in the Greek alphabet, and just like in the alphabet, the beta girl is always right behind the alpha. She's more like a sidekick, but wants badly to be right in front. In our garden theme, these girls tend to be the weeds that pop up. They can grow just a little around a walnut tree, but not too much or the walnut tree gets toxic. Usually beta girls are kind at heart but want so bad to fit in with the popular group that they go along with many of the things that they know are not right and can even be hurtful. She's the one that can do mean things that the alpha girl doesn't want to do, and even though down deep she's kind, she just wants to fit in. So it's easier to follow the cruel path than it is to stand up for herself, which might threaten her popularity. The marigold is the gamma. Gamma girls hold true to what they believe in, even when others are telling them to do something else. They share the activities and ideas that are important to them and follow what they believe, even in the face of losing popularity. They share success with others and are not intimidated by others because they're confident in themselves. Often gamma girls have a variety of friend groups and are good at choosing other girls that fit the same profile. Their focus is on achieving their own goals, not goals of popularity, and they choose to follow their passions instead of focusing on moving up the social ladder. It isn't easy growing into a marigold. The pressure of popularity is real. And if you want to learn more about that, check out some of the upcoming videos that explain why popularity is so important and feels so big when you're a teenager. But for now, let me give you 5 ways to help you start growing into that marigold girl. First, don't be afraid to share your knowledge, experience, and success with other people, especially your friends and other girls around you. Keeping secrets and holding on to information usually happens because girls feel threatened. They think holding on gives them an advantage over other people. Actually, the opposite is true. By sharing information, groups can use pieces like a puzzle to solve problems and create amazing things together. Second, curb the jealousy. When you're able to be happy for others that are doing well, it gives you the chance to learn from them instead of trying to compete with them. This part takes a bit of practice, but when you feel the jealous monster come out, stop and ask yourself these questions. What can I learn from this person's success? How did they do it? What did they do differently that I might be able to try? Third, have a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset basically means that you believe that you can grow your abilities through dedication, practice, and hard work. When you view the world this way, you tend to have a love of learning and can be more resilient in tough times because you know that failing is just a way to learn for the next time you try. If you're interested in learning more about growth mindset, be on the lookout for a video on just this topic too. Fourth, use criticism and compliments to grow. Most girls find it difficult to not only hear criticism and compliments, but to really use them as tools to grow. The first response from most girls is to get defensive or even stop the compliment with an opposite negative statement. For example, if a friend says, "You look great today," you might respond with, "Ugh, thanks, but I hate my hair." For more information about how to grow this skill, check out our video about using compliments and criticism to grow. And then number 5, and lastly, balance including of people with being walked over. Including others in activities is a wonderful way to show compassion and support. It's also a great way to meet new people that may be in your future Marigold circle. That being said, this doesn't mean that you have to include everyone all the time. When someone is being rude or mean to you, you have every right to stand up for yourself in a polite and respectful way. Drawing your boundaries with how people treat you is important, and it shows others that you are confident and have respect for yourself too. Being a Marigold Girl is all about girl power. It doesn't mean you will use all these skills all the time. It means you keep working to include these skills whenever you can. For more information about joining the Marigold Girl tribe, please visit our website at www.marigoldgirls.com.